More than 22,000 of the BYD Seal have been pre-sold 6 hours after the orders were opened in the BYD's domestic market in China. What is so unique about this model? Does the Seal have a chance to grab some market share from the Tesla Model 3? Stay tuned and we will find out. Michael Bakunin here. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel about electric vehicles, and don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss episodes like this. By the way, I've also launched a Telegram channel where I repost the most important news in the EV space on a daily basis. I will add a link in the description section here below. The BYD Seal has been on my radar since quite a while. The Ocean X concept built on a brand new platform looked very promising, but also I found the first BYD Seal teasers published by the Chinese carmaker earlier this year very appealing. Now we have a chance to review the technical specs, trims and pricing to decide for ourselves whether or not this new model is a good alternative for Tesla buyers. Design-wise, it's a step up from what we are used to see from BYD. Clean and modern lines. The look from the front might remind you of the Porsche Taycan. Not sure if it's intentional, but I can definitely live with that. However, in this episode I will be mostly comparing the Seal with the Model 3, and to understand why, we need to look at the Chinese market first. The bestseller is the Wuling Mini, a compact and an affordable electric vehicle. The Model Y and Model 3 are number 2 and 3. The fact that doesn't allow Chinese carmakers to sleep well. Tesla in China is not just a great car, but a matter of prestige. No surprise, ambitious EV makers from China are designing and engineering their new vehicles with an objective to get closer to the throne. BYD is among them, but also XPeng and NIO. Looking at the BYD Seals Dimensions, it's longer and wider than the Model 3 and also has a larger wheelbase. The price to pay is weight penalty, 300 to 400 kilograms compared to the Model 3 depending on the trim. This obviously has an impact on the energy efficiency and acceleration. The BYD Seal comes in 4 various trims, and if you drive a Tesla, you will immediately recognize the names: Standard and Long Range plus Performance. Do you need more evidence that BYD is going after Tesla? The BYD Seal sits in the $32,000 to $43,500 US price range, and 3 trims out of 4 actually beat the lowest Tesla Model 3 price. But what about driving range? The CLTC numbers BYD has provided are very generous and hard to understand. Therefore, I've done a quick exercise to convert the CLTC driving range into the familiar for the US customers EPA miles. This is what I've got: 240 miles for the standard range, 305 miles for the long range, and 284 miles for the performance. Not exactly where the Model 3 is, but direct conversions from one standard to another are always tricky, and I'd say, on a high level, this should meet customers' expectations. To power the Seal, BYD is using 2 battery packs, 61 and 82 kilowatt-hours, and this is where the innovation comes from. The so-called and long-awaited cell-to-body technology, which allows the BYD Blade Cells battery to be integrated throughout the entire vehicle body. According to BYD, this design increases the volume utilization of the battery pack by 66% and also delivers additional safety when it comes to a frontal crash. This is great results, but charging power is not that impressive. Compared to what Tesla is offering, the maximum charging will be 110 to 150 kilowatts, allowing DC fast charging from 30 to 80% in 30 minutes. As a reminder, Tesla can accept 250 and Lucid, as an example, up to 300 kilowatts. The standard range trim will have a 150 kilowatt motor, the long range 230 and the performance 390 kilowatts, which is 500 plus horsepower. The flagship trip performance will accelerate from 0 to 62 in 3.8 seconds. Interestingly, the Model 3's drag coefficient has been an industry benchmark for quite a while at 0.23, but it looks like the BYD Seal has been able to achieve better results, 0.219 to be precise. Unfortunately, this doesn't help the Seal to be on par with the Model 3 performance in terms of acceleration. I'd guess one of the reasons is the extra weight it needs to carry, but in any case, for a regular driver like me, anything below 4 seconds is a very impressive. Good job, BYD! To answer the questions I've asked in the beginning of this episode, the BYD Seal is a very good-looking electric vehicle with credible technical capabilities at an attractive price. No surprise it was sold out in the first hours. The Seal will be built at the BYD plant in Changzhou, and the planned annual production capacity is 60,000 units, but it's becoming obvious extra manufacturing capabilities need to be added to meet the growing demand. The BYD Seal will be a viable alternative for customers in China looking at Tesla but not willing to pay extra for an American brand or wait months for a Tesla being delivered. Subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed watching this episode. Bye!